was to resolve this thing once and for all. I mean, if somebody is going to say my secretary was away altogether, and there's a document that negates that, surely something should have dawned in the mind of the person whose task it is, in keeping with the inquisitorial system, to investigate fully. So let's go to page 137, paragraph 11. At paragraph 9, I instructed my legal representatives to note that, to the best of my recollection, the incident of gesture towards the pens happened either on 14 or 15 November during the course of the afternoon. I provided the approximation of time as I recalled that, and this is the most important part, while the respondent secretary was in her office the morning when he made a comment on my dress code and court decorum, she had left for the day and was not in her office when he called me into his office and gestured towards his pens. Ms. Ngai has told the evidence leader and the complainant's camp that it can't be so that Zinhle left after, Zinhle was the first to leave. Actually, even this notion about her not having been in her office in the afternoon on 14 had been negated already. There's a register. But then the complainant at page 137, in an affidavit she deposes to on 23 October 2024, in the heat of things, my attempt having been, this thing about the 14th and 15th is defamatory. This thing is malicious. So this is what Ms. Mengo says. She is insistent that when this thing, this gesturing, Zinhle had left for the day and was not in her office when he called me into his chambers and gestured towards his pens. Chairperson, shall we go to page 141 of this consolidated bundle? Thank you, Chair. Paragraph 3. This is a letter written by those by my attorneys of record. Sorry for the suggestion that they are my instructing attorneys. Paragraph 3, page 141. Having regard to the fact that the allegation had all along been that the respondent had acted or behaved indecently towards the complainant in Umtata on 15 November 2022, the respondent, in preparation for this aspect of the case, requested from Ms. Salome Jafta of the Department of Roads and Transport, G-Fleet Management, on 15 March 2024, a trip report for 15 November 2022 for the motor vehicle he drove, to wit a JJL482EC registered motor. A copy of the report is forwarded herewith for the information of the tribunal, marked A. Then, this is addressed to the evidence leader. Paragraph 4. On the face thereof, the report was generated by Ms. Lesiba Nkwana of Tsalis Fleet, G-Fleet's service provider. The report was transmitted to the respondent via email on 18 March 2024. It traces the movements of the respondent's motor vehicle from approximately 8:30 to 16:30 on 15 November 2022. So we've reached this point where there is this suggestion that it was on the 15th, it could have been 14th, but in whatever event, it happened at a time when Ms. Ngai had left. So we cover ourselves, and I cover myself through my attorneys of record. Let the evidence leader know that there is a tracker for 15 November 2022. Oh, how I wished this matter had ended. I'm talking about this claim had ended at this point. There was a measure of benevolence, Chairperson. Something is said about the 14th. The case I'm called upon to meet is about the 15th. I've responded pertinently to the 15th. Then somewhere, somehow, an element of vacillation starts. But something is very crucial. Ms. Ngai had left. But we know from the laptop register, which is not in dispute, that Ms. Mengo left before Zindlenkai did. So this is